Al, let me ask you something. With all the distractions that you have off the field, how are you able to keep focused on winning football games as you do and throughout the year? When you have great coaches, then after you have great coaches, you get great players. You have a great organization, and you tell them one thing: just win, baby.
Marketing come up with that for him. Those were his phrases that he came up with, that he believed in.
Just win. Play hard. Try not to make mistakes. But don't worry about mistakes, because there's only one thing that counts. Just win. Just win.
Commitment to excellence is your will to win, and we're back. You feel me for another episode of the 2 for 1 Nation podcast, man. I'm one of your hosts, the SC Raiders Talk, aka boy SC or Eric, whatever you want to call me. And on this side, I got it right, my boy, the other half of the 2 for 1 Nation podcast, man. My boy Raider Twuan in the building. What's good, Twuan?
All right, what's good? Blessings to everybody out there. You guys know what I say all the time, and I still mean it. 2 brothers for 1 nation, and y'all know it's the Raider Nation. Blessings to everybody.
The fact, man, and the schedule release has happened yesterday. If anybody hasn't seen it, I'm pretty sure everybody has seen it. A very, very interesting schedule. A schedule that I wouldn't even predict it, because I thought we were gonna have more primetime games, but still nothing less. Some really good opponents, some really good games that we're gonna have in 2024-2025 season. Some storylines, multiple storylines. We're gonna talk about it all today, man. You already know what it is, man. So blessed to you guys and your families, man. Remember that tough in their lives, but tough people doing. You guys are also tough people, man. I appreciate you guys for being here. Of course, hopefully everybody's week is doing pretty good, and hopefully everybody has a blessed weekend as well, man. But let's get straight into the schedule release. It happened yesterday, like I said. At 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 8 p.m. Eastern. I seen a lot of crappy videos out there. I think ours, no biased aside, right? Biased aside, I really liked how the social media team stepped up their game in the video, which obviously led us to. Let's get straight into this right here on our screen, and let me actually put the right one so it could be even bigger on your guys' screen. There we go. You see it right there. The schedule release right here with preseason games. Let's start off with. Let me shout out the chat. Hold on. I almost forgot about the. Hold on. I can't forget them.
Yeah, hey, we can't forget the chat. You know what I'm saying? Shout out there. Hey, make sure you guys put your questions and comments in there. We definitely look at those.
That's a fact. Shout out to Lakers in 5. What's good? Detroit God in the building. What's good? Jalen Harris. Salute. Raider Paul was good. Good to see you. Hope all as well. You already know. Hold on. Let me get it out. Shout out to my 2 cents in the building. What up, my 2 cents? Good to see you, man. Good to see everybody. Raider Nation for life. You already know what it is, Paul. Shout out to everybody, man. Allison was good. Good to see you. Hope all as well. Circus Ray says, I'm getting ready for week 1 after seeing the Chokers Twitter account talking shit. Never forget we dropped 63 on them Butos. You already know what it is, man. You already know what it is. I did not forget about the chat. I did not. Go Hollywood. Shout out to Milka Beezy. Was good. Raider Pete. Good to see you guys, man. Hope all as well. Raider Way. Salute. Good to see everybody here, man. You already know. And for everybody coming in, I appreciate you guys for coming in, man, on a Thursday afternoon or night, wherever you're at, or morning in some places, right? But let's get straight into it. The schedule release. We're going to break it down. Let me get the right one. Here we go. You see, there's preseason. Let's start off with preseason, right? Preseason's where shout out to Desert Raider. I see Desert Raider in the building. What's good, Desert Raider? Good to see you. You got the Vikings, JJ McCarthy in preseason. You have the Cowboys in preseason, and you have the Niners. The Niners in preseason. So what you feeling about the preseason slate, man? Who are you expecting to start? Who you want to see?
You know, all everything in the preseason for me is going to look good because that's where you actually get to see some of these rookies get active. You know, some of these UDFA's that we think might possibly be on the bubble, might possibly push for the 53-man roster. That's when they actually make their money, and that's you'll hear me say that on certain things in regards to the preseason. Hey, he's making his money, and that's what we're excited to see. Of course, I would love, because I'm from the Bay Area, I would love to see the Niners get smashed by anybody, whether it's our preseason team. You know what I'm saying? It could be a preseason, it could be a regular season, it could be the Super Bowl. I want the Niners to lose. So I definitely would be excited for that. And of course, the other team outside of that is who really likes the Cowboys. You know what I'm saying? And that's always a good one to check out and watch too. So I'm really open in regards to the preseason. Just excited to see who's on the field and who actually is going to make their money.
Yeah, for me, I think I'm expected to see a little bit of the first strings out there, probably at that Niner game.
Mm,
I have to. I don't want to be the same way where we're not ready. Some of the first strings don't even got the playbook down, and I don't want the first week of the regular season to be a preseason game. And it's the Chargers, so we shouldn't take that lightly at all. You feel me? It's a new team. It's a new Chargers team that we haven't played before. They have I would say, a better coach than they ever had before, because Staley was fucking dog shit. But even
you
then, it's like you got to come out the gates and prove your point. And we have not won. And we'll talk about week one, obviously. But just about the preseason, I just hope that some of the starters get some burn at the Niner game at least, or even the Cowboy game. I'm cool with both. We are going to see some rookies. We're probably going to see Brock Bowers and them out there for a couple snaps, see how they go. We're for sure going to play a couple of, like JJ McCarthy. He might be the starter for the Vikings, and he might play against us, right, in week one. Some of these teams like to play their starters in the first week of preseason. We've seen it with
mm,
the Chiefs last season. They brought out Patrick Mahomes for the first week of preseason, and then ended up benching him for the next two. Every team is different. So for me, I just hope the Raiders are one of those teams that they wait until the Cowboy Niner game to bring out them starters, because we need them to get some burn so they could get some chemistry on the field and not just off the field, right? But I like the slate. I like the preseason slate, man. The Niners, Cowboys, Vikings, man. I mean, the Vikings. Hey, that would be some good competition for us to get better. And the Cowboys and Niners are obviously two teams that us as a Raider Nation really hate. Me personally, I hate the hell out of the Cowboys, and I hate the hell out of the Niners. Um, but for me, I have a stronger hatred towards other teams that are in the regular season, and we'll get to the regular season teams just because I'm from SoCal. You feel me? And I hate certain teams, and you guys probably know where I'm gonna go with this. But shout out to everybody coming in, man. Carlos was good. Good to see you, man. Dirty Eric was good. Oh, real quick, Boston to the finals. Of course, you come in with that Boston Celtics shit. It was good, Dirty Eric, though. Good to see you, man. Hope all is well. Shout out to Jaylee. Said, man, fuck the Chargers and their ugly ass colors. Not Super Bowl. They had a Sims. Did you see the Sims video? Did you see their schedule release? It was a Sims based video.
yeah, that was completely horrible, and it's not even because we don't like the Chargers. Just the whole, they could have did better. Just to be honest with you, I thought they could have did a whole lot better. But when you were talking about preseason and having our
Mhm,
starters play, I feel like it's a balance. You know what I'm saying? You
mhm.
definitely don't want, and that's what the coaching staff is definitely going to have to look at is you know. Because you definitely don't want anybody to get injured, you know what I'm saying, during preseason either.
Yeah.
So, especially if you're looking for them to be healthy for us throughout the season. But yeah, you're right. I would like for us to get some type of run from our starters, so that they can, kind of get those juices flowing. You know what I'm saying,
Yeah.
for them in preparation for a game in week one that definitely I think us and Raider Nation um, want us to definitely take care of.
That's a fact. That's a fact. Um, And obviously, after preseason, a lot of people have different opinions on preseason. I know some people don't want, as I see here, Detroit says we don't want nobody on that defensive front line to get injured. In the preseason game doesn't make any sense whatsoever. No excuses, just win, baby. Shout out to Charles, was good, man. I'm done with the offseason games. Let's go hat and heavy. Hey, you already know, man. We already know. Just with the preseason games, obviously, it's to get your wheels going. It's like a little starter pack, like a little wheels going. Me, I'm one of those guys that I rave about the starters getting sunburn, whether it's just one drive, just because I want them to get going. I don't want the Chargers game to be the first preseason game and then be like how they were when McDaniels, where the starters didn't get no burn and they didn't even know what the hell the playbook was. You had Renfro running into Devontae Adams on a goddamn crossing route. You had goddamn everybody just not knowing what the hell they're doing. So that's the only reason why I wanted that. But at the end of the day, I don't want them to be there for a whole first quarter, second quarter, third quarter. No, one drive, let them get some burn, take them out. That's it. Let them burn.
And the other thing too, Eric, is with that with the ones getting burned is that we haven't there's other ways of the ones getting burned, and you can get burned if they do a combined training camp, if they if it's like Raiders versus Vikings, what I'm saying, training camp, you know that's also an opportunity at training camp that the ones go against their ones and get some real work in, what I'm saying. So it doesn't have to necessarily be when we see it. It can be done during that time, but
Yeah, definitely.
at this time as we speak, I don't think that anything else came out that we committed to one of those preseason games being a combined practice. So that again, that's where you would get those reps in, and we haven't had that confirmed yet.
That's a fact, man. And for me, um, you know, I just gotta see how they do, and I kind of agree here with I see some chats here like, um, those Chargers are so happy we beat their ass, and they got Jim and got the right of Brandon and Tom and act like it's sunshine and rainbows. Like, bro, I swear if we beat them, I swear week 1 we better come off the gates. We'll talk about week 1 right now, but this comment right here in particular, um, that is true. Antonio Pierce is gonna have these guys ready, and that's where I'm kind of like on the fence of them getting burned, but then still wanting them to get burned, just because the fact that we have a coach that's making these players play for him, like he's making them, hey, I'm here for you. Hey, have my back, I have yours. And that's what this team loves. And you see people showing up, and I'm going to continue saying this through the offseason. In January and February, you have so many players showing up in the facility than ever before. Like, that's crazy. This is the time where they need vacation and chill and lay back and be with their families. Instead, they're putting in the work. And I go lie, I don't know if you guys have seen the recent training camp video. And I know it's just one video, right? Obviously, it's just one rep. But Aiden O'Connell, he's working on his mobility just based on the drill he was doing. He's really working on that mobility. And if you go a little bit back to a month ago, he had a little bit of a press conference and he said, hey, I know what I need to work on. I hear it. I hear people saying what I need to work on, and I'm working on it. And just based on the training camp video that I just seen him at training, um, he's working on it. He is working on it. So, and this goes for all the players, man. It gives me faith in all the players. They want to get better. They want to get chemistry. They want to get, you feel me, all those things. And them going to Costa Mesa, like, they're gonna bond more. And Twuan was right the other day when he kind of mentioned about them getting the chemistry outside of Las Vegas and stuff like that. And Antonio Pierce came out and pretty much said the same thing. Hey, we're here to get chemistry, get closer. And obviously, with them going to Costa Mesa, the Chargers game is right there. Like they'll be ready for that type of, even though Vegas and LA we're practically the
Yeah.
same time period. It's the same West Coast Pacific Standard Time. But I'm saying just being in that atmosphere differently, it's a different weather than Vegas for sure. And even though SoFi is closed, it's considered closed, but it's open. I don't know if you guys have been there. You guys don't know what I'm talking about. But shout out to Alfredo, Gregor John. Was good. Good to see everybody, man. Waiting 9 months is getting very old. Let's go. That's a fact. The Menace in the building. Farvey showing he has wheels to run. Raider Way says AP wants to make a statement. That's a fact, man. He said, I don't just want to win. I want to hoist that Lombardi. Like, that's not a promise, but it's our goal. Like, this is what I want to strive for. And go back to that winning mentality and go back to how the Raiders were built. And obviously, leading into week 1, man. Talk to me about week 1, Twuan. Chargers in LA, week 1.
I don't know why, and you guys got to help me out on this chat. You know what I'm saying? And congregation, help me out on this too. Let me know, why do the Chargers set themselves up for a SmackDown every year? Why do they do that to themselves? They put out a bad cartoon and and want to talk bad about us. Don't you think that we see that? Don't you think that we notice that? Even Raiders that ain't even Raiders right now. Jermaine Illuminor went out there and had some things to say about the Chargers because they was talking smack. You know what I'm saying? And they I I'm calling this a dub. I'm calling this a dub on so many levels. I'm calling this a dub because you have a head coach over there that's still trying to figure out his team, still trying to establish things and build things over there. He's not ready yet. That's one. And I think these stupid cartoons that they putting out here, talking bad about a team that gave them the smacketh down. Yeah, this is a dub. This is a dub.
That's a fact. And speaking of the Chargers, man, they did come out with if you guys didn't know what that was, it was Sims, like the game. If you guys ever played a Sims, it's pretty much a game where who gives a fuck with the game? What am I even explaining? That shit is garbage that they made. That video was horrible. I mean, I kind of laughed when we came up, not the first one, but the second time we came up, they put us in a jail cell, which is actually crazy. That is actually insane. But it was pretty. I laughed at it. But besides that, it was absolutely garbage. The fact that they put that 63-point game on top of on the TV, that didn't make any sense. Like, how are you putting a beat down on your video? That doesn't make any sense. But it's funny because what Alfredo said, I don't know if you've seen it. Jermaine Illuminor is part of the Giants now, and he still was talking trash about the Chargers when their schedule release came out. He said, and I quote, "If I remember correctly, last season the Raiders, including myself, beat that ass on national TV and put 63 on y'all garbage team. We literally had a 350-pound nose tackle score on y'all. Like, come on, LMFAO." Jermaine Illuminor still throwing shots at the Chargers, and he ain't even in the AFC no more. Yeah, that is hilarious, bro. But it's true. They talk so much, and it's like, what do you feel me? Like, what are you doing? So, just like Twuan said, I had this as a W myself. I told myself I wasn't gonna give a prediction this year, but I have to, just be based on breaking down the schedule and just based on the Chargers. I think we will beat. I don't think we beat them. We should win that, just because they have Jim Harbaugh. They need to get that continuity. They need to get used to that playbook. And at the end of the day, man, we finally win in SoFi. The only time we've won in SoFi was preseason games, and then that one season game in 2020, I believe, right after the pandemic. Besides that, we have not won in 2021, 2022, 2023 in SoFi at all. And that's for both the Rams and Chargers when we lost to that Rams game, that dumbass Rams game. So I think we break that. We win September 8th, week 1, catch them off guard, and us coming out the gates really hot. So I like that Charger game being week 1, home game. And yeah, W for me. W for me for sure.
Yeah, I think you said it right, Eric. I think we have a home game first week 1, and then we have an away game, week 2. If y'all know, if you know,
Yeah.
we got a home game week 1. So
That's a fact. Shout out to everybody coming in, man. I know Super Bowl no fans. They don't even have a real home stadium share with the Rams, who actually won something. Like, what the fuck are they on? Exactly, Jalen. Chokers made Jenkins look like Bo Jackson rumbling into ends. And I remember that Jenkins touchdown. He was running. Shout out to Raiders Rebel. Salute my family. What it be, nation? You already know, man. Salute. Chargers are the definition of keyboard warriors. Talk shit on the internet to get whooped IRL. That's a fact, man. Shout out to everybody coming in, man, trying to get this. Carlos says, excited to see the immediate impact Jackson Powers Johnson makes. Hey, that's a fact, man. He's a dog in the offensive line, wrestling background, and it's going to really help our offensive line. And now, I don't know if you've seen it, Twuan. There's like a little bit of rumors going on that he might go to the left guard position and that right guard position could be between Parham and Whitehair and um, Pete. That's
That's what I noticed, what I'm saying, on some
mm,
of the film that they're showing of Jackson Powers Johnson. You could tell the way that his foot is established before he gets off. He's looking at is looking like he's working on that left side, and I'm perfectly fine with that. I think it works actually well. Those that are panicking about Parham, I think Parham would fit perfectly over there at right guard, even though he's been our left guard. And yes, there was chemistry between him and Colton Miller. You have to also look at the history of Parham, and Parham actually played right guard in college. So he's going back to what he was doing in college, and he was actually pretty good at right guard. So that is definitely an option over at right guard, and having Parham do that for us. And Jackson Powers again, there's something that they must be seeing, that they want him to be on that left side. So I'm with it.
fact, man. Now we go turn our attention to week 2 against Baltimore at 10 a.m. going across the state from LA to Baltimore. Um, I hate to say it, I think it's a loss. For me personally, I think it's a loss just because it's an early slate, 10 a.m. in Baltimore, and it's at Baltimore. Like, I don't know, bro. Like, it just that's a game where I hate. I want to win. I want to win so bad. We beat them last time, and I want to beat them again. But just that early game, bro. I call it the early game syndrome, bro. I don't know. What you thinking, Twan?
Yeah, and you know what, Eric, I agree with you. I think it's going to be a loss. And let me tell you guys this. And let's put this in perspective. A lot I've been listening to a lot of people talk about their predictions, and they have not talked about this. We have to understand, in regards to our team and what we have on our team, what's really smoking for our team. And what's really smoking for our team is our defense. We have to hang our hat on our defense, because that's the most established part
Yeah,
of our team. We still have question marks in regards to how Getsy's offense is going to work out. There's question marks on how this offensive line is really going to pan out. We still have question marks on how our running game is really going to be. So you have a lot of, what I'm saying, yes, it are on paper it looks real good in regards to our offensive line, but there's some things that they have to figure things out, and this is early in the season. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
for them to figure it out. So I'm not saying that our offense is not going to take off. I'm not saying our offense doesn't have the possibilities of getting to the top 15, of the NFL at some point, maybe even more better than that, But at this point in week 2, the chemistry is not there. They're not fully established. So when I'm looking at even just moving forward in the games, I'm looking at, can we win this game on our defense? You know what I'm saying? And with the Chargers, I believe we can win that game if our defense stays well and our offense does a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Now with Baltimore, they're already established. They have a, what I'm saying, they're a playoff bound, almost, we were already marking them Super Bowl bound, what I'm saying, last year. There's a lot of things established over there going for them. So in order for us to win that game, our offense has to play well and our defense has to play well. And I can't hang my hat on that in week 2, because again, I don't think our offense is going to gel that fast. What I'm saying, in week 2. We always, yeah, and I'll say this too, because we talk about it. The first 4 games, is where a team establishes their identity. And we kind of identify what our team's going to do, what they're about, et cetera, et cetera. Well, again, with the question marks going against an established team, I consider this one an L. So a win and an L. So
yeah.
1-1.
That's a fact, man. And then with Baltimore, obviously, when we get to that game, obviously we're gonna have a breakdown on what needs to happen, the keys to the game, what they need to do. Which obviously the obvious one that I see a lot in the chat right now is just, hey, contain Lamar Jackson. You contain Lamar Jackson, you're gonna win. Like, that's pretty much, he's like literally the bell cow of their team. and their defense is good, but Lamar Jackson really is the reason why they won a lot of games. You know, his mobility, his ability to get out the pocket and make some throws, run for touchdowns, make the defense, life a living hell. And obviously, that's one of the keys to the games. Obviously, contain Lamar Jackson, and you will most likely win, right? Shout out to Raider Resistance President, the bit was good. Force Lamar to throw exactly. Raiders win on the road early, man. It's possible. We beat them last time as we control Lamar Jackson. Raiders will walk out with the dub eighth. Speak them facts, man. The only thing that scares me about Baltimore is after we woke the Chargers, his brother's gonna call him and tell him everything about the team. A little heads up. That is true. They are brothers. Both coaches are brothers. I agree. We need those GM factory workers on the football team. Shout out to everybody, man. But obviously, then we turn our attention to Carolina. We come home, which Vegas home, right? Because we got several homes. And obviously, Carolina is our home opener for Vegas. You know, the stadium is going to be pumping with silver and black, especially this season. And I do think that this is going to be a W. I always said that Bryce Young wasn't always high on my list, and they're a young, up and coming team, but I feel like they're just not there yet. And this should be one of those teams that, hey, you lost to Baltimore, you beat the Chargers, but the last week you lost to Baltimore. Hey, keep your head high, and Carolina is a perfect opportunity to turn this shit around from an L to a W train. And I think Carolina is perfect, man. I think they put the Carolina exactly where I wanted them, in order to get the wheels, pumping again. What you feel about Carolina?
Carolina's young, you know what I'm saying, and they have a quarterback named Young too,
Yeah, yeah,
and that's exactly where they're at. They did get better. They addressed some of the things that I felt like they needed to address in regards to helping, you know what I'm saying, the situation there with their young quarterback. But I'm with you too on this situation. I think Carolina is going to lose against us. This is our second home, you know what I'm saying, home win. You know what I'm saying, if we count the Chargers game. But yeah, definitely. I think after coming off of a tough, and I'm not gonna say that, Baltimore is gonna blow us out. I think it's gonna be
close
a
game.
battle.
Yeah,
It's gonna be a battle. And of course, Baltimore is gonna, we're saying Baltimore is gonna win that one. So I think after coming off of a tough game, I think this is a game that they can just, you know, readjust whatever needs to be readjusted. You know what I'm saying? There might be some things that might have got exposed in regards to, Baltimore playing against us. They shore those things up, and then they come to Carolina, not come to Carolina, but Carolina comes to us, and we give them that smackdown.
yeah, facts. And feel me? Shout out to Capitan Fucho was good. Good to see everybody, man. It says 2-1 easy. Panther definitely a W start the season 2-1. Week 3. W. Shout out to SoCal Sal was good. If we don't beat Carolina, we're in trouble. It's a fact. I'm more worried about Carolina than LA or Baltimore. We always struggle against trash teams, so I'm waiting to see if we play to the level of our competition or not. And that's the thing, right? That I hope changes this year. I hope with all this, Antonio Pierce, the aura and stuff like that, we stop playing to the level of our competition, because there's teams on this schedule that we should win and we should confidently win, but we always play up to their level. And I hated that every single season because it was a repeat, a repeat, a repeat. So for me, I feel like just based on everything I have, right, from press conferences to the podcasts I've watched to even the camps I've seen videos from there, from the people showing up in the facility, I just feel like this is the year that changes. What do I hope? Yes. What happened? It's 50-50, right? Only time will tell until the season actually kicks off. But for me, obviously, Carolina is one of those people that as long as we do our thing, we're beating them confidently.
And I think, I feel that sentiment too, because I think what needs to be encouraged or from the leaders is, if you look at our record last year, there was a lot of games that we squandered early in the season that if we just would have took care of business, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm not gonna say I can't recite the games, but I'm just gonna say a Carolina like team early in the season we lost to. You know what I'm saying? And that could have been that one game that could have got us into the playoffs. So, the vets, you know what I'm saying, the DAs, the Max Crosby's, the vets, they need to say, hey, we slept early, in the season, and that kept us out of the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? So, we need to come in, one and two looks a whole lot different from two and you know what I'm saying, 2-1. You know what I'm saying? So those are other things that they need to be looking at. So they need to have that intensity. And I think what I've been seeing, and Eric said this too, what I've been seeing is I think they're trying to take care of business early.
Facts, man. And then we head to Cleveland. I mean, we actually stay home against Cleveland. Cleveland's a tough team, man. I don't know what type of quarterback play we're gonna get from Deshaun Watson. I do know Amari Cooper had a heck of a season, even though I hate him. But and then they got Myles Garrett and a really up and coming defense. I don't even know who the hell their coach is, but I will say that I said this yesterday, and I think I'm gonna say it again. I'm gonna stick with it. It does depend exactly what McAbee said. It depends what version of Deshaun Watson we get, but I'm expect the worst. I'm expect him being good, and I'm going to say that this is an L. Just because I can't go 17-0. I can't, I want to go 17-0, but I'm 50-50 on this game, and just for the sake of the record I have for us, I will say that this is an L. What do you think?
This is one of the tougher games for me to call too, and I'm calling it an L. And the reason why I'm calling it an L is because back to my metric, right? And what I believe is I think in order for us to win that game, I think we're gonna need our defense and our offense. And am I going to believe that our offense is going to be a full running machine? You know what I'm saying? Not running game machine. I'm talking about just a functioning machine. I don't know by week 4.
Yeah.
I think they're still trying to figure things out. I think they're still trying to gel and all of that, with the new offense. So I have that being an L because this one I can't say. I think if our defense goes out there and be our defense and our offense just does a little bit, we can win this game. I think we're going to need our offense to be
Right.
just as high powered, as what we think our defense is.
Fresh. That's a super was good. So it's a tough one. We look at 4-2 before we hit the Rams. The first Charger game is critical for momentum. That's a fact, man. 50-50 on this game. Browns is a win. Week 4 W. I think we surprised the Browns and Legion saying they were walking. Donkeys are guaranteed 2 wins until proven otherwise. I think we take an L against Cleveland. El Capitan Rafucho says 12-5. I got 9-8 to 10-7. But they have to put away teams like Jags, Falcons, Saints, Rams, sweep the Broncos, and upset KC at least once. Same with Miami. We do it every year, though, where we beat teams we shouldn't beat and lose to teams we shouldn't lose. And that's a fact, man. That's a fact. Maybe it'll change the season, but that's a fact, man. It's annoying, I would say, right? Because, you're expecting to win certain games and then you just don't win them, right? I mean, the Panthers got the worst defense and the worst quarterback. It's going to be easy game, W against Panthers. That's a fact, man. L versus Cleveland, I have to see us able to stop the run. That's a fact. 2-2 heading into Denver. And, yeah, I have us at 2-2 heading into Denver. Now we go into Denver and we beat the Denver Broncos. So that's all I got to say about that one. Go ahead, Twuan.
Next week.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. You don't even gotta talk about it. That's the W.
Hey, look, I'm just saying, if we don't put the smackdown on Bo Nix, I'm gonna be mad. I'm just.
Oh yeah, you're gonna hear a rant from me. A lot of cussing post game.
Look, hey, the chaplain might cuss that week. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, and it's also too, and I'll say this in regards to the Chargers and the Broncos. I think they have two good coaches. but their team ain't fully together. And
Yeah.
I think the Broncos again, their team ain't fully together, so they can really have those battles. So until then, hey, just go ahead and take that L.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, I don't gotta say no more, right? Then we go to the Steelers, and I think this is a W. As much as I like what they got going on with their defense and Mike Tomlin, a hell of a coach, man, a very underrated coach. I think that when people talk about Bill Belichick, I'm like, hey, you need to at least put, not in the same category, but at least like right underneath Bill Belichick, Mike Tomlin, man, a guy that has had worse talent than a lot of teams in the league and still makes the playoffs some way somehow, because of his coaching ability. Has a winning record for multiple seasons. Majority of his career has been winning seasons. So for me, I respect the hell out of Tomlin. That's a coach that I respect. What he's building over there defensive wise, they got Patrick Queen now paired up with TJ Watt, Fitzpatrick. They got a heck of a defense, but I am not scared of not no Russell Wilson or Justin Fields in that offense. And I like George Pickens a lot, man. He's a guy that I praised when he came out of the draft. Um, but besides that, I think this is a W. We have had lost to the Steelers on Christmas Day and stuff like this, and I'm tired of it. And I think this is the season we beat them, so we win back to back here. Steelers Broncos for me, back to back wins here. What you feel?
This is always an interesting, team in regards to, you know, the Pittsburgh Steelers. I'm in the same boat. I like Tomlin. I love Tomlin as a coach. Um, it always seems like no matter what his roster is, he always seems to get into the playoffs.
Yeah.
And I the addition of Russell Wilson, I think that might be a little upgrade to them, to actually have a veteran that knows what he's doing. Not saying that he's, the Russell Wilson of old, but just to have a quarterback that actually knows what he's doing. There's still some things to see in regards to that. I think, and back to my metric, hanging my hat on the metric. Do I think that um, our defense can you know beat them in this game? I think so, and that's why I consider this a dub. I think our
That's a fact.
defense can win us this game, even though they're a defensive team. Primarily, I think our defense can win this game.
Yeah, that's a fact, man. I think our defense that is very underrated in a lot of people's board, and the fact that you feel me, we were top 10 last year. We're heading into this season with a true defensive tackle now. Hey, bro, and if Malcolm Coons keeps doing what he's doing, hey, that defensive line is looking ferocious out there, man. And the Steelers, hey, there's no doubt in my mind that they're a better team, right? They picked up people like I talked about, right? Patrick Queen, right? They also picked up people like Deshaun Elliott, which I like a lot. And then they picked up Cordell Patterson, Van Jefferson, a little bit on the offensive line help, and then two quarterbacks, Justin Fields and Russell Wilson. But for me personally, I think we win this, man. I think this is when we start getting the wheels to turn again. So I think it's a W against the Steelers. So right now I have 4-2 through 6 weeks. Me personally, and it looks like I think Twan has the same one, 4-2, through 6 weeks. If I'm not
Yeah,
mistaken. So now we go on to the Rams, and I think, nah, yeah, I think we win this. I think we win 3 in a row. I truly believe that it's time to get payback on the Rams, bro. We lost to Baker Mayfield because of a shitty ass shit. I think we beat the Rams. I confidently could say that we should beat the Rams and that we are gonna beat the Rams. So what you feeling, man? Back to a home game in LA.
this is similar to um, the Browns game for me,
Mm,
and but we're in week what 7?
yeah.
Yeah, I think our offense should be running by week 7, so I think it'd be a dub.
Okay.
And when I talk about for those that are trying to understand what I'm talking about in regards to is can the defense win us games? I'm not saying the defense is going to pick six us all the way, saying to win games. I'm talking about our defense is lights out, and the offense, all they got to do is don't f up and throw hella picks, and turn the ball over. If we can stay somewhat on schedule, I think we could pull out those games. That's what I mean if the defense wins games. But I think by week 7, I think we'll have something going for us. Whether it's our running game, it has actually really got going. We identified maybe who needs to get the ball more, whether it's Madison, Zeus, whatever, and then even some of those pass catching guys. I think by week 7, even our quarterbacks will have whoever our quarterback is going to have chemistry with our pass catchers too. So I think we'll see a dub there.
Yeah, and I agree there. I mean, there's no doubt in my mind that the Rams have a good team. I mean, um, what's his name last season. They drafted Puka Nakua,
Cool.
really a heck of a wide receiver, and then Kobe Turner on the other side on the defensive line. But they have lost Aaron Donald to retirement and stuff like that. And Aaron Donald made a lot of people behind him better. So that's a big blow to them. And not only that, they have a heck of a coach too, man. Shock McVay, heck of a coach there as well. But for me personally, I think
Braden
that
Fisk.
W. Yeah. Oh, I forgot they picked up Braden Fisk this year. That is
Mm,
true. Damn.
yeah.
This is gonna be a
The-
tough ass game. Now
mm,
thinking about it, but I think we win here, man. I think it's a win. I just feel like after the Steelers game, their heads are held high, and they're ready to go, which leads me to the Chiefs, where I really feel like we're gonna go 1-1. I just don't know which game, but I'm hoping we win at home because we haven't beat Patrick Mahomes at home since we moved to Vegas, not once. But at the same time, they're coming off a bye week. Their bye week is week 6, and they play us week 8. They're refreshed. They're good to go. They'll probably win their week 7 matchup. I don't know who their week 7 matchup is though. I want to say this is a W, but it's gonna be tough, man. It's gonna be a heck of a tough game. I don't know. I think we lose. I think we lose this one, and I'm gonna keep it short and sweet. And I think we lose to Cincy. Back-to-back games lost there. What you thinking, Twan?
if I think it's an L, but if if history repeats itself, this would be a dub. And the reason why, even though I would love us to win Black Friday,
Mm-hmm.
um, which is our next Chiefs matchup, um, the Chiefs normally lose early in the season, and by the end of the season, they ramp up into the postseason. It's been like that for a few years now. They'll lose early, and then they'll it'll be like a certain week, like a little bit past halftime of, of the season. They just go on this like eight
Yeah.
nine winning streak. Um, so there is a possibility that we can win that game. I think it's 1-1, like you said. I think 1-1 will beat them one time. They'll beat us one time. Um, but I'll count this one as an L because I really would like us to. I think Black Friday needs to stay black. You know what I'm saying? Just if you know what I mean.
Yeah. Um, what do I have? I have 4-2 there, and then 5-2, 6-2, and then 6-4. So I have 6-4. No, I have 6-3. Wait, no, I have six and. Can I not count? Hold on. I have a win against the Chargers.
I'm like, I
I, have,
need to write this down.
I know I have a loss to Baltimore. I have a win in Carolina. I have a loss to the Browns, a win in Denver, a win on the Steelers, a win for the Rams, and then lost to Chiefs and Bengals. Oh, 5-4. I'm at 5-4 right now. I'm at 5-4 right now, entering the bye. Okay, 5-4 right now. And shout out to Super Okomian. I keep saying your name wrong. I'm gonna just call you Super. My bad. Damn, I see you realist like a motherfucker. Damn. Hey, man, I gotta be real. I wasn't gonna give a prediction this year, but I have to be real if I'm gonna give one. And I'm gonna put my bias aside. I want to win these games, no doubt in my mind. Just win, baby. All my life we've been losing, and I hate it. I hate it with a passion. I hate not making the playoffs. I hate not winning in the playoffs when we make it. I hate that things keep going south. I'm tired of it, bro. I just want to win. And this is the season where I believe we should make the playoffs, which you'll see at the end, my record. Okay, so don't think just because I'm giving L's right now, it's gonna be a negative record. Trust me, you'll see right now. But I'm trying to be as real as possible. I'd rather win at home against us. I would rather win there too, Squid. I would rather win there too. But it's just that out of the bye week at week 6, they're gonna like be You feel me? You see what I'm coming from? The Bengals had the 30th ranked defense in the NFL last year, and they lost Higgins at right receiver. Their O-line is sus. Jake Browning ran for his life last year. I say it's a dub. And see, Raiders Rebel, that's why I feel like I'm so 50-50 on the Bengals game. But the fact that it's a 10 a.m. game, just early games kills us, bro. And especially heading into Cincy, like in Cincy, it's a whole different ball game, bro, at early a.m.
So what you got on record wise?
I'm at 5-4 right now, entering the bye. I'm at 5-4 right now. I'm at 5-4.
Wait, I did my math wrong. Hold on. When.
I know I see we've just seen too many starts at 1-3, 1-4, 2-3, same thing like that. They gotta get hot. That's a fact, man. I hate the Chiefs too, but we're in the midst of a dynasty. We about to draft, including a franchise quarterback. We need to be like Joe Flacco. I'm not really looking at other teams what the record was last year because every team has had players come and go, coaching changes. I'm going on the fact, and I feel that, man. I feel that.
I think we're the same.
Yeah, I'm at 5-4.
Okay. Yeah, 5
And then we enter the bye, which I think it's a perfect bye. I think week 10 is a perfect bye. And we go on to Miami Dolphins. What you feel about Miami Dolphins?
I think coming out of the bye, I think that I'll say this too. I'll add another win to our column. I think we'll win the bye, and when I say win the bye, I'm hoping that we don't have any incidents during that time because I think our guys will be focused. So we'll win the bye, and then also I think we'll win in Miami. I think I think our offense will be able to help our defense. You know what I'm saying? And now you'll have our defense helping our offense, and our offense helping our defense. And I think because we're coming into Miami with the bye, I think the extra preparation for that game and execution, I think is definitely a good situation. Now, and I'll say it like this: if Miami came before the bye, yeah, I think that's an L. But I think because we're coming out of it with the bye, I think we'll have a couple of more days. We'll have to actually get some guys back, you know what I'm saying, healthy, and et cetera, et cetera. And I think we'll be ready to go and ready to deal with the fish. And I think Wilkins too. I think Wilkins is going to be hyped for that game for so many levels because they chose not to pay him.
Yeah.
So he's going to definitely be talking his stuff.
Facts, man. This is the team is hungry. They've bonded together, and that's dangerous. They're trying to continue off the way they did in the ending of the season. And if they do that, we're starting out 4 or 5 wins in a row, I believe. Yeah, but I think a lot of dollars still living in the past. Those early games used to kill us. They didn't bother us last year. AP has his team believing ready. Those early mornings don't mean shit. Again, just my opinions. I think the fans lose a little steam here at the week 11. We could definitely rattle 2 or 5 and 5. Y'all, not dollars. My bad. Voice texting. I feel that, man. But here's my I guess, how would you call it? My counter to it, right? We always last year we a lot of people had 10, 11, 12 wins, and we absolutely failed at that. For me, I'm trying to be as realistic as possible that we're not going to win every game. No, our team is not capable of 17-0. And that's just the reality of it, right? And I got to put my bias aside. I believe we can beat the teams I said we're going to lose to, right? Cincy could be a W because they lost so much. The Chiefs' first game could be a W because it's at home and we might break the streak, right? The Browns game could easily be a W just because we don't know what version of Deshaun Watson we're going to get. And then Baltimore could easily be a W if we keep Lamar Jackson at bay. But at the end of the day, as much as I want to give a W throughout the whole schedule, I have to be realistic with the record at the end. And I feel like we're not a 13-14 win team. Just for the sake of the fact that we have a competitive ass schedule. Like, this is not an easy schedule. We have the eighth hardest schedule or fifth hardest schedule is one of those. And a lot of these teams got better drastically. So for me, the only reason I give L's to certain cases is because at the end the record will reflect our team, and I feel like we will be better than last season 100%. 110% we will be better than last season. Our record last year won't define us this year, and I believe we will win more games this year, and we will compete for the playoffs. This team is competing for the playoffs 100%.
We talk about it, and for us content creators, for those that are not content creators, us as creators, most of us every week throughout this week, you'll see it on my channel. I'll talk every week on these games and say, hey, this is what we need to do to win the game. You know what I'm saying? Because again, there's possibilities of us winning these games. But if you ask me to put money down and really let you know, hey, do I think we're going to win this game? Put money on it. That's what we're going on. Eric's doing the same thing. He's looking at these games and saying, hey, against the Browns, I don't feel too comfortable about putting money down on a win on that game. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what we're talking about. Of course, us as Raider fans, we want to win every game, but that we got to put it in perspective. And also at the same time, because we're on screen, you guys grill us if we don't get it right either. Like, oh, you guys got it wrong or whatever. So we're trying to do our best to say, hey, this is what I feel about it, and this is what I think.
Shout out to Tupo. What's good, Tupo? Good to see you, man. Wilkins going to have a big game back in Miami. Wilkins could have dominated a game. That's a fact. The hardest part of the schedule is in the middle. We have to fly to Florida, home to Denver, then back to Florida. That's going to take a toll on the team. That shit's rough, and that's a fact, man. The traveling back and forth is going to be annoying for them, man. And that's a fact, right? And then I'm 50-50 on the Miami game. If we can rattle Tua and run the ball effectively, we could sneak out a Miami W. Eno coming through 3 interceptions in the Miami game. Yes, 2 of them were tips and not his fault, but the point is still almost won that game after 3 interceptions. I say W for sure. Eno cut through 3. Oh, wait, you already said that. 10 wins easy, and the NFL will flex us in another primetime game. Don't trip playoffs on the hood. And that's what I was thinking. Shout out to True Raider. So the Miami game, you have a W, right?
Yeah.
I'm 50-50 on this game. 2 reasons. Yeah. Miami's a tough team. At the end of the day, I think our quarterback play is going to be better than what it was before. And at the end of the day, Miami is a team where they're going to be competitive in the regular season. Very competitive in the regular season. But just based on the bye, I don't know how Antonio Pierce will go about it. I think I could only predict based on right now. Like on May 16th, 2024. May 16th, 2024 is where I'm giving this prediction. It could easily change when we play the Dolphins because of one thing, and one thing mainly. During the bye, will Antonio Pierce have the team settling their bye week in Miami? If he has the team head to Miami during their bye week and have their vacation in the bye week in Miami, I feel like we will pull out a W out of Miami because they will be comfortable with that time change and they'll be even more prepared than just heading there the week of. But if they don't do that, I think it's a no. And for me personally, based on the next 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 games after that, I just have to, just for the sake of my prediction and my record prediction, I'm giving Miami an L due to that fact. But obviously, you guys are going to see right now, I'm going to give us a lot of dubs right now. It's not like I'm going to have a negative record. So obviously, let's move on to Denver, right? Do we even have to say anything? W. I'm W, bro. I don't care what they establish at week 12. It's a W, bro. We're sweeping them again. What you think?
Same thing.
For sure. Then we go to the Chiefs. W.
Yeah.
We go 1-1 with the Chiefs. I got a W on the Chiefs.
Yeah.
It's simple as that. What do you think about the Buccaneers?
That's going to be a tough one.
I think, yeah. Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
I was just going to say an L.
Oh, okay.
Because you're going to see right now, I'm about to go on a huge win streak. But I have that as an L, and just to make things short so nobody goes crazy, I have Falcons win, Jacksonville win, Saints win, Chargers win. 4 wins to end off the season.
Don't worry about these. Don't worry about these guys. And your truth is your truth. They truth is they truth, and they need to be okay with that.
This is the same record I had yesterday. I didn't change it.
Oh, okay.
The same thing as yesterday.
Okay.
Oh no, I have my own page, bro. Like I don't. You feel me? I don't change for no one, but I have us 4 win at the end. 4 straight wins.
I'm tossed up on. I'm in the mix with the Bucks. I think honestly, I think I'm gonna go with an L, even though I think and the reason why is I think the quarterback over there is playing well for them. I think they have some things established over there. It's not going to be a blowout. I think it's going to be a tough game. But because we're coming off of the high of beating the Chiefs, there might be a drop. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes you got to refocus. And I think having the Bucks come right behind that situation, I count that as an L. So right now I have 8-5. 8-5.
Yeah, I have I believe 7-6 if I'm not mistaken. I have 7-6, and then Falcons W primetime W for me. Jacksonville W for me. What you feel?
I got Falcons with a dub.
Okay. What you feel about
Falcons
Jacksonville?
with a dub. Because I don't know what the heck they doing at quarterback. But that ain't my problem.
And then Jacksonville, what you feel about
Jacksonville? Jacksonville is a dub.
Okay.
See, we're already better. Well, actually, we're at where I predicted last year. Saints. We talk. We'll go ahead.
Let's go with the Saints, bro. Storyline of the season, I believe. The Saints in New Orleans. Derek Carr plays his old team. And the Raiders have a chance to make Derek Carr lose 30-32 teams. Will we do it? SC Raiders Talk says yes. We do it. We pull it off. We know Derek Carr's weakness, and it's pressure. And if our defensive line is rolling after that Jacksonville Falcons game, I believe they're going to roll again. And you're going to wait until the preview of that game because I have a little bit of a hot take, and I'll give you a preview of that hot take. Our defense will have multiple takeaways, and I will say that. But that's until that game. But we beat the Saints, so I have us 3 in a row right there. Falcons, Jags, and Saints win for us. What you feel? Oh shit!
Wi-Fi Willie's gonna be mad at me.
God damn.
I got the Saints losing. I think this is gonna be a blackout party.
Okay.
Um, and I think for that reason, I think we know what Derek Carr's one of the things that kind of breaks him down is not having um, a strong offensive line, and their offensive line, they're still trying to figure things out over there.
Facts.
And our pass rush, um, with Wilkins and everybody else, and the emergence of Koontz, and the wild card of Tyree Wilson. I think that's going to be a problem for Derek. Um, they do have talent over there, but I think this is definitely a situation where the Raiders win in New Orleans.
Shout out to Castro Raider was good. Dark was good. Was good. He said Alfredo says 9-7. No way. We legend as beat us. My 2 cents is we owe Baker a sore. God damn. Carr has to lose to us and the Panthers, so I don't think he loses to the Panthers. I feel that, man. Shout out to Castro Raider. Shout out to Dark, man. Once again, 10-7. We sweep the Chargers, and then obviously for the Chargers game, bro, it's gonna be prime time because we're gonna be fighting for a playoff spot, and I believe that the Chargers will beat the Chargers at home.
Yeah, I think also too. I think that's a win for us. I think that for the same reasons, I think we'll have our offense rolling. That will be even more of a reason why we beat the Chargers. If I said that our defense could win us the game in week one, and I think our offense is going to be ready to go by then, and I don't foresee the Chargers
Yeah.
really having everything that they need in their first year with Harbaugh. So um, yeah, that's a dub. So I have us, and this is a surprise for me. I'm glad that we walked through
Mm.
this because in the top of my head, I said we need to at least be 10-7. Um, when I look at what I talked about today, I have us going 12 and
Okay.
5.
Okay.
So I'm not again. If we go 10-7, at least go 10-7. I'm gonna be happy with that because that's better than what we have done before. But breaking this down and based on what I just said,
Mm.
it's 12-5.
Yep. And make sure you hit that like button, y'all. Push out the algorithm. I greatly appreciate it. Let's get up the likes, man. Stack them up. You already know what it is. And for me, I have us at 11-6. I have
Hmm.
11-6 as my prediction, and I'm gonna say the same thing I said yesterday. 11-6 is my prediction. 10-7 is the reality of it, the realistic output, and
Hmm.
9-8 is worst case scenario. I said this yesterday, and I'm gonna go by those three predictions. 11-6 is my prediction. I mean, yeah, 11-6 is my prediction. 10-7 is the most realistic record, and 9-8 is the worst case scenario.
Yeah,
That's
that like I said, I have 12-5, but I would at least for this season, I would love for us to get to the double digit, what I'm saying, double digit win total. So 10, 11. I'm not saying 17 because I really don't see that. I would like that for us, but I don't, that's not realistic. But if we can get into that double digit win column, um, I think that's a step forward
yeah.
from what we have had in the past. So
Let me give you a question, and let me just get to the chat real quick before I ask you this question. And this is a question for you guys too, man. And this is gonna be a kind of like something to think about, right? Shout out to Gerald Davenport. Says 12-5 clinches division title. My 2 cents says 11-6 sound prediction. There you go. Okay. Projection. I mean, Reese Rock says 11-6, 2 last drive losses. Okay. Okay. 11-6, 10-11 wins for SoCal South. I say it will be 13-4 if we beat the Steelers. Okay, Carl. Okay, speaking of facts, man. here you go. All right. And here, no questions, Eric. I know I read that comment. I'm like, damn, Dark, what's going on, man? But here is my question for everybody. Is this the year out of all the years? Let's just say the last decade, right? Let's just put the whole last decade. Is this the highest chance? Wait, actually, no. I can't even say decade because 2016. Okay, hold on. The last 6 years. Let's just go 6 years. The last 6 years. In the last 6 years, 5 to 6 years, is this the highest possibility chance the Raiders have at winning the division title? Tell me, Twuan, do they have the highest possibility of winning the AFC West? And this is a question for you guys. Is this the highest possibility a Raiders team has had in a while to win the division? Little bit of thinking, huh? A little bit of thinking there.
I want to say yes.
Okay.
I want to say yes, but it's not a strong yes.
Okay.
Because you have to look at who's winning the division, right? And what they're doing and how they're established. You know what I'm saying? Like they just added some weapons over there. They still got a roster. Things are not falling apart over there for them. To the point where it's like, oh, the Chiefs have fallen off. Like, no, they're still. Now, do we kind of have the, I don't want to say the mojo, but do we kind of have the strategic plan on how to beat them? Absolutely. But yeah, I think we're we're stepping forward. So I would have to say I'm leaning more towards yes, but it's not a strong yes.
Shout out to everybody, man. Call says yes. Against all odds, Dark says yes. I still need to see the Chiefs schedule. We'll look at the Chiefs schedule right now. Shout out to Jalen. He says, hell yeah. If our offense clicks from the jump, get ready, nation. We're about to make some noise. That's a fact, man. Raiders Rebel says, Antonio Pierce has been preaching must take down the Super Bowl champ because they are in our division. The only way to do that is to sweep the division. And there you go, Raiders Rebel. Speak them facts, brother. Speak them facts. Crosby is on a mission to throne Patrick Mahomes in Kansas City Chiefs. And he has a beast for army behind him. I say we sweep the Chiefs. Okay. Should have last year, but we gave a 14-point lead. Okay. Hey, speak them facts, man. I think this is the highest possibility of winning the division and sweeping them. I do feel like that. This team is capable of making some noise, bro. And I'm not saying no 15 wins, 16, 17. And I'm not blowing that out of proportion, that Lombardi. But I'm going step by step. And I think we're going to be a dark horse team. A very underrated team on a lot of people's radars, and a team that's going to cause some havoc, for sure.
I think, Eric, and I'm with you too. I think it's one of those situations, and I think that's the reason why we're not getting, we're not getting the primetime games is because they don't believe in the quarterbacks that we have.
They don't believe us
on our roster. You know what I'm saying? I don't think they seen what our defense can do, but can do they really believe in AOC? Do they really believe that Gardner Minshew could go out there and win games like these top quarterbacks that they like to put on marquee situations? And I think that's why we're not getting, as many primetime games as we have. And that is, ladies and gentlemen, that is our wild card. Our wild card is our offense. If our offense, and that's why I started early saying, I don't think our offense is going to be ready by week 1. I don't think our offense is going to be ready by week 2. You know what I'm saying? But if our offense, you know what I'm saying? If our offense runs, hey, who knows? We might mess us around and go to 13 and whatever, or 14 and whatever. You know what I'm saying? But it really, all of us have to really keep our fingers crossed on this offense getting it together. Yes, on paper we look good. We got Devontae Adams. We got all the weapons. But there's something about when they can gel together and actually get that chemistry together. And if they can click, and I think that's another reason and a positive as to why we're going to Costa Mesa. Because if they can click in preseason, you know what I'm saying, that builds to what we need for them to do in the regular season. So if this, like I said, this offense can run, then we can definitely be on a run.
Hey, make sure to hit that like button. And Reese Rock says break it down in quarters. Week 1 through 4 needs to be record 3-1. Weeks 5 through 9, 4-1. Weeks 10 and 18 must be 3-2, and at worst 2-3, 11 wins. Okay, but just to give you guys a little bit of a glimpse of how the Chiefs kind of line up this year, their schedule looks a lot easier. I'm not gonna lie, it's the same teams, but like the way it's built, as you guys could see here, to your guys is right here. They have Baltimore week 1, they have Cincy week 2, they have Falcons week 3, the Chargers week 4, the Saints week 5, bye week, then the Niners week 7, then us week 8, the Buccaneers week 9, the Broncos week 10, Buffalo week 11, week 12 Carolina, week 13 Raiders, Chargers, Browns, Texans, Steelers, Broncos. You know what I actually peeped? They're playing Buffalo and they're playing the Niners out of the bye. They're playing the Niners out of the bye. That might change my whole prediction about us and them in week 8. Because you know the Niners are going to give them hell, bro. And you know that's going to be a competitive-ass match. And them having that match then going to our stadium. Oh, this spices it up, bro. They play the Texans week 16 and the Steelers, Broncos. You know what? I think this is the highest possibility we had in a while. I think so. AO12 has been putting in work. That's a fact, man. That's a fact. He has. Shout out to Raider Paul. You already know what it is, man. You already know what it is. But yeah, that's the Chiefs schedule there, man. That's it's an interesting one, for sure. Yeah, I mean, nothing to really say, man. I think it is the highest possibility we got. But just to show you guys a little bit of videos, the Raiders dropped like a little bit of a funny video, in my opinion, if you get the references that they make, right? And I'm gonna do this and then we do our final thoughts here. Let me go to the video real quick so I can show you guys. Where is it? Let me see. Almost that time. No gimmicks. Here we go. Damn, where is it? What happened to it?
Make sure you guys hit that like button.
Oh, here it is.
What I'm saying? Go ahead and hit that like button.
That's a fact, man. Let's go with the video, man. A little funny video that the Raiders made, right?
Chargers. Win. Ravens.
Win.
Panthers.
Win.
Browns.
Win.
I can't wait.
Win.
Steelers.
Win.
Rams.
Win.
Chiefs.
Win.
This was funny.
Bengals.
I gotta do that again. I ain't gonna lie. I gotta have that one again, bro. I gotta have that one.
Chiefs.
Win.
Oh my
Bengals.
Win.
Bye week.
Win.
Dolphins.
Win.
Buccaneers.
Win.
Falcons.
Win.
Jags.
Win.
Saints.
Win.
This one's
Chargers.
interesting.
Jags.
This last one's interesting.
Win.
Saints.
This one has me cracking, bro. I know why they did it, bro. I know why they did it too.
Hey,
this is funny.
You gotta watch a few of them because there's a reason why certain ones are certain ones, and you if you start really looking at it, there's like 3 or 4 of them like it's clear the reason why they had them say that. So yeah, but the Jack Jones one, man, you gonna play it again?
Yeah, let me play.
Hey, that Jack Jones would have me dying when I saw it. I was like, look at my dude.
Chargers.
Look at my dog out there.
Win. Ravens.
Win.
Panthers.
Win.
Browns.
Win.
Broncos.
Win.
Steelers.
Win.
Rams.
Win.
Chiefs.
Win.
Bengals.
Win.
Bye week.
Win.
Rob Bryant.
Dolphins.
Win.
Buccaneers.
Win.
Falcons.
Win.
Jags.
Win.
Saints.
Win.
Chargers.
You know what would
So
have been funny? I would have included her, but at the Chargers, I would have put Tom Telesco.
yeah, so you have Antonio Pierce. He
Yeah.
does the Rams because again that was the LA team.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
So he's from LA. So you have that win. And then you
Mhm.
had Jack Jones. Obviously, we know Jack Jones and
Yeah.
the Chiefs. That whole
Yeah,
and the way
to stare down when he picked them off. Yeah.
that, and then you had Wilkins do the Dolphins. You know what I'm saying? So like they did have some parity in there. And of course, you know, they put AOC
For Saints.
for the Saints because again, he's projected to be the starter, and he was wearing number 4, so he's going to be playing against the old 4.
It's a fact, man. Shout out to Thomas. And then obviously Wilkins for the Dolphins. Obviously, that was his old team. They put him there. Rob Bryant's hilarious. I don't know if you guys have seen another video where he had to like scramble the words, and he said Modelo, Modelo, Modelo. And he's hilarious, bro. Rob Bryant's freaking class act, man.
Hey, he's hilarious. If you guys ever jumped on YouTube, do Rob Bryant mic'd up, and that telling you,
It's just
if
hilarious.
you want to get a good laugh, yeah.
Well, facts, man. So that's pretty much for the breakdown this week, man. And any final thoughts, man? Let me know.
I said something our last live, and I said I will let you guys know what away game I will be attending for this season. So
I think I know, and you haven't even told me, by the way. He hasn't told me anything, and I'm pretty sure I know which one it is.
I haven't told anybody, but I'm gonna tell you guys. Oh, go ahead, say what you will say.
No, I have my prediction. Let me actually write it down so you guys know I ain't lying. Like I dead ass have not. He has not told me nothing.
Write it down.
Let me write it down. Let me write it down. Let me write it down, and then you could do it.
It is an away game. I will be at an away game. Did you write it down?
It has to be an away game, right? Not something that's considered home game, right? Or it's just away at general. It just says at something.
It is a game that is on our away schedule.
Okay, I got this, bro. I ain't gonna lie. This might be easy for me. And if I don't get this, then I'm a dumbass.
Okay.
All right, go ahead.
And
I have
chat,
it right here.
You guys can jump in too. I'll give y'all a few moments to jump in.
I have 2 in mind, but I put
okay.
1 right here. All right, go ahead. Say the thing, and then I'll turn my phone around.
Okay. I will be attending. Well, actually, they say who that say they gonna beat the Saints. I will be in New Orleans.
Fuck, that was my second one, bro. I thought you were gonna consider Los Angeles, bro. Cause it's too. Oh fuck, that was my second. I swear on my life, that was the second one. Oh my god.
So I will be in New Orleans, you guys. I'll be in New Orleans, and I got some business out there, and hopefully I can kill 3 birds in 1 stone out there. So, but definitely, if you guys are going to be out there, let me know. You know, I'm not going to promise that we'll meet up, but I'll try to do my best to let you guys know where I'm at and all of that. To touch base with everybody in the NO.
Yeah, that Saints game, I know they're doing like packages and stuff. Raiders are running deep into New Orleans, bro, and I respect it a hell of a lot, man. I can't wait for that game. Oh, look at there you go. Raider Plus has got my tickets. I'll be in LA and New Orleans. There you go, man. That's what it's about. For me, I'm up in the air this year. I know I'm gonna go to a Vegas game for sure, but I'm up in the air for LA. I've been to every LA game so far. I gotta see how my schedule goes around and stuff like that, because obviously I have a lot of stuff going on. So we're gonna see, but most likely you will see me at both LA games. Most likely, you already know I'll always be there. I already got to meet a lot of people over there, man. Especially the last time I went when it was against the Chargers. Met a lot of people, man. People like Lord Rochitas and stuff like that. You guys see him in the chat. I met him and a lot of other people, man. And I respect everybody, man. And it's great to see you guys, man. It's great to see you guys just talk some Raiders football and stuff like that, man. Just chill it, take a drink, whatever, eat some good food, man. But besides that, man, You already know what it is. Hey, let them know where they can find you. Any videos coming up? Line up.
Man, hey, Raider Twuan on YouTube. Get with it, get with it, and get with it. Join the congregation. I got some things cooking and boiling. I'm actually doing some homework. I'll be working on actually I'll probably be doing that tonight. I'll be working on breaking down our quarterback room. There's 4 quarterbacks in our room, and I'll be breaking down what I think on what's going on with those quarterbacks. So I'll be doing a live on that, hopefully next week. And then stay tuned because I might be doing another live this weekend with some other content creators. I'm trying to work with their schedules to get them on. But you guys know Tuesdays and Thursdays, always look out for Raider Twuan on the channel. If you guys don't catch me live, catch the replay. Say something in the comment section. If you guys got questions, I do respond. I'm not one of those ones that don't respond. So definitely, if you have a question or a comment, I will definitely respond to you. Be an organ donor. I haven't said that in a while. Please be an organ donor. It means a whole lot to me. If you sign up to be an organ donor, be an organ donor. And if you need prayer for whatever's going on in your life, hit me up on IG at Twuan, TWUAN, TWUAN. And yeah, go ahead and subscribe because I'm on my way to 500. Please get me there to 500 because I want to bless somebody with some Black Air Forces before the season pops off. So definitely go ahead and subscribe.
For me, I have been all over my schedule, all over the place, as you can see. I made a poll. If you guys haven't seen on my community post on when to go live on Tuesdays, and it looks like 6 p.m. is working, and hopefully that works for you guys that are in the chat right now. Hope to see you guys there Tuesday. Every Tuesday at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. It looks like 9 p.m. Eastern is my time. Might go 5 p.m. if that's better for some of you guys, but 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 9 p.m. Eastern on Tuesdays, and then on Thursdays, obviously. We've been fluctuating between times just to see what's the best for Thursday. But obviously it's around this time, 4-ish, 3-ish, 3:30-ish is usually the time. And besides that, it's only 2 lives for me every week and pretty much a lot of YouTube shorts. I haven't dropped a YouTube short, but I just made one, right? I just made one, and I'm going to give you a little preview of it. Like a little preview of it. A little preview of it. You feel me? A little preview of it, what I made here. Like a little preview of it. I know my phone's a little dirty. I need to wipe that shit. But of course, stay tuned for that. Drop you some more shorts, man. I've been getting a lot of love on the edits, man. So I appreciate that real shit, man. I appreciate all the subscribers and stuff like that. And hopefully I could get more of those guys that are there for the videos and shorts, more on the live side, so you guys could come in here and interact. And I always try to read everybody's comments. But besides that, obviously 2 shows for me, YouTube shorts, Instagram post, all that fun stuff. Also, once the season starts, it's going to be 3 lives for me a week. So stay tuned for that. Content coming soon. I appreciate you guys. Blessings to you guys and families. Tough times don't last, but tell people doing. You guys also tell people. Remember, life is too short. So always tell your loved ones you love them, man. And of course, have a blessed weekend. Have fun. Of course, this was another 2 for 1 Nation podcast, man. And I appreciate you guys, real shit. And hey, let me know, man, in the community post. I posted a community post on when to go live. Go comment over there. Let me know there. Like, hey, this time is better. Hey, can you do it on Monday? Can you do it on Wednesday? Can you do it on Friday? And then I could try to accommodate for everybody, man. So 6 p.m. it looks like on Tuesdays, but I could go at 5 p.m. Just I want to make sure that everybody gets there and is there live, man, because I like to interact with everybody, man. So please go comment on the community post, on the community tab on my YouTube. But besides that, shout out to Randy, man, coming in here at the end. I appreciate you, man. Remember, it's all about another 2 for 1 Nation podcast, man. I'm SC Raiders talking kid boy SC and my boy Raider Twuan, man, home of the Brown Crackers in the congregation, and we are out. And like always, peace out.
Is the will to win. Is the will to win.
Your commitment to excellence and your will to win